On this week's episode of Conestoga Connected. First, how is quilting still relevant today?
Just sit down and start. I knew nothing. I did not own a sewing machine.
Next, how does an influencer teach English to immigrant mothers?
I would say never listen to people because they're gonna judge you regardless.
Then, how do students make ends meet? Finally, can Ethan win this week's sporting challenge? All that and more coming up on Conestoga Connected.
Hello and welcome to Season 18 of Conestoga Connected. I'm Marcus Gross.
And I'm Ethan Horst. Today we have a plethora of fun and exciting stories for you, from art to sports to starting a business. So let's get right into it.
Hey Ethan, have you ever quilted before?
No, I haven't quilted, but I've always been willing to learn.
Well, you're just in luck. We interviewed a quilter who's also a teacher.
My name is Gail Berry Graham. I've been quilting for probably about 15 to 20 years now, and I've been fortunate enough to actually work in the industry. So I get to travel and teach quilting and various pieces of software that's associated with quilting, and just met lots of amazing, wonderful people through those travels. Why do I quilt? I started quilting because I was at a place in my life personally where I knew I needed to be surrounded by other women. I knew I needed a network of female friends. I was working in a mostly male-dominated industry at the time, and my best friend had been killed, and I knew I needed women friends. So I thought the best way to find them would be to join a quilt guild because they would be filled with women. So that led me to learn to quilt. Hallway, it's a quilt the pattern is from Violet Crafts, and it has flamingos on it. And I've been collecting flamingo things for a long time, and now it hangs in the hall here.
My name's Berry Graham, and Gail is my wife, and she got me into quilting, and I saw all that she was doing, and we traveled together, and I was retiring, and Gail was doing this already, and I thought, well, it's something I can do with her. Maybe I can help. And I do, I help. But she's the expert. When I get stuck, I go to her and she helps me out, bails me out most of the time.
AI is both a blessing and a bane to the quilting world. In AI, we can tell it a theme or tell it colors we want. I want a red and white quilt about Canada, and it's going to throw me lots of pictures and ideas because I tell it I want it pictorially. So that can be really good. Where AI is not our friend, not just in quilting, but I think in the creative community, in the maker space altogether, they can take a snapshot of your quilt. They're just going to print a piece of fabric that looks like your quilt, and somebody's going to buy it, and it's a cheap knockoff, and it's not always the best.
I guess AI helps in the sense that embroidery is computer driven. It's a program and the blocks are designed by somebody else and then I reproduce them. Because I do things and give them away and I don't post them, generally speaking, so.
Just sit down and start. I knew nothing. I did not own a sewing machine when I decided to learn to quilt. I want my quilts to be finished. And I want some fun quilts, like some themed quilts, my Halloween quilts, my Christmas quilts, and then I want quilts that I give away to my family, and then there's the quilts I give away to charity.
Hey, Marcus, what are you reading?
Just the French dictionary. I'm trying to brush up on some of my French skills.
Oui, oui. Our next guest teaches English for immigrant mothers through short-form social media.
It's hot, it's hot, it's hot. I don't usually cook, but let me show you the secret sauce of social media. So hello, my name is Rachelle Zolrina. I'm 34 years old. I was born and raised in Damascus, Syria, and now I'm located in Canada. So as for my education, I graduated from Damascus University and I got into teaching. I started teaching since 2009. I'm a content creator. I started this journey into content creation since, I would say, 2015, where I started jumping from one thing to another. I started doing makeup, then skincare, And then after that, I kind of settled after COVID into teaching English, since I'm already certified and I already have my TESOL certification, which is teaching English as a second language. The reason why I chose to teach English, I would say, is I wanted to help moms whom immigrated from their countries and now they're located in the States or in Canada, whom are struggling to learn English, right? So that was my focus. I wanted to help them perfecting their language from their home. So I would be teaching them online. So the type of content that I make is more lifestyle, funny stuff, mom-related stuff or family-related stuff, and of course I'm focusing on my English teaching content as well.
Hi, my name is Hassan Dawamne. I am Lujane's husband, and I am actually one of her biggest supporters. Encouraged her when she first started her social media is to create content that provides value to the audience. Even if it's comedy sometimes that's needed, that she might make someone's day. Actually, there's many challenges. Some of the ones that come to mind right away is finding a balance between when she should be going through her comments that she received or fixing and editing her content videos before she posts them.
I would say never listen to people because they're gonna judge you regardless. Whether you do content or not, they're gonna judge you. Be natural, be authentic, like find your real niche and what you want to present to people and make it something relatable to your audience. Also, you don't need to have like high technology like cameras and stuff. You just need your phone, your real self, your real personality, and be out there. If I was to say the things that you should follow in order for you to gain more followers, do not like follow like these silly trends. Do not worry about gaining a lot of followers. Followers will come as soon as they find out your page. Recently, like the attention span of our audience is getting like shorter and shorter every day. Stick to like 20, 35 seconds max, and that's it.
Marcus, I never asked you, but how do you get here every day?
Wow, that's an easy one. I drive myself here every day.
Oh, well, have you thought of making it a side hustle by charging students for getting in a ride?
I would love to, but honestly, I don't know how.
You're in luck. Let's see how other hustling students are able to get around.
When the lectures end, the hustle begins. For many students, the road isn't just about getting somewhere. It's about making ends meet. This is life on the move. Rashawn is a student at Conestoga College Guelph campus, and he uses his driving expertise to generate income.
I started doing Uber as a side hustle to earn more money to live. I usually drive on nights and weekends because that's where you get most of the earnings out of the app. So basically, I choose nights and weekends. There will be a lot of rush and a lot of orders to do. Also a lot of demand. So basically, that will be the most profitable thing to do. Right now, I don't think it's gonna go to or lead to anything big. For now, it's just a side hustle and keeps me additional earnings to sustain my life.
While one student spends their evenings behind the wheel, another relies on ride sharing to make student life possible.
I usually take Uber or Lyft like once or twice a week, usually when I'm going to work or for school. My first ride in Canada was when I was going to Toronto and I needed to take the Uber to my house to the train station. Because like it's from transit's like 1 hour travel and like Uber's like 20 minutes. Usually the bus don't go directly to my house, so I always need to walk like 20-15 minutes. So it's like way better for me to get an Uber when it's like late at night, so I don't need to do like this walk alone at night. When it's like an emergency happen, like maybe I need to go to the hospital, I don't have a car right now, so I need to take an Uber. So if I sometimes like happens something like that, I would need to take an Uber.
1 in 8 Uber drivers in Canada combine driving with being a student.
Choosing between rides and delivery, I would say deliveries will be my go-to thing because like you can collaborate different orders together and you can take the orders along your way to deliver to a single customer or multiple customers. So that way you earn more. So that's why I would say I would choose delivery over rides.
For riders, it's about convenience, comfort, and saving time. For drivers, it's about survival, flexibility, and independence. Two sides of the same road, earning and spending, driving and riding. Together, they show how ride sharing has become part of the student hustle.
Hey, Marcus, man, I gotta ask you, what's your favorite sport?
Ah, I would have to say soccer. I played it back when I was about 6 or 7 years old.
That one's not bad at all, but you know what's even cooler? Ultimate Frisbee. It was made by high school students back in 1968.
Frisbee? That's so easy. Even dogs can do it.
Well, I beg to differ. Watch as I attempt to take down a pro on this week's episode of Face Off.
He shoots, he scores!
Hello everybody and welcome. I am here at Wilfrid Laurier University and today I am going to be learning Ultimate Frisbee. And I'm going to see if I can take down a pro at their own sport. It's a little cold out here, so let's head inside.
Here over at the Golden Hawks home turf is where the women's Ultimate Frisbee team plays, and it will be my job to take on one of them and conquer them in a challenge of Ultimate. First things first, we need to learn the sport of Ultimate. So let's meet our pro, McKenna Allen, who's in her 3rd year on the Wilfrid Laurier Ultimate Women's team.
All right, I'm here with McKenna. McKenna, tell me, for those of you that don't know, what is Ultimate Frisbee?
Ultimate Frisbee is a competitive sport where you have a disc and you have a team and you're trying to score in the other opponent's end zone.
Cool. Okay, so how long have you been playing Ultimate Frisbee for?
About 14 years.
What does a typical training day look like for you at practice, day in, day out?
So we train about 2 times a week and we typically go over some conditioning like running, catching, and some scrimmaging.
Do you give me any hope to try to beat you at what we're going to do?
We'll
see. All right, that's
So far, I'm feeling all right, but I might need to get a couple tips from another pro to help me out.
Tell me, how long have you been playing Ultimate Frisbee for?
I actually have been playing for 14 years as well. Yeah, a long time.
What? I did not think that was the case. What drew you to the sport in the first place?
Honestly, I think it's such a fun team sport, especially in high school. It was co-ed, so it was a really fun way to get to know everyone and be social, but also athletic.
Cool. I'm about to go face McKenna in this challenge. Do you have any small tips or tricks that she doesn't know about?
Ooh.
To try to beat her, try to kick her down, anything.
I would say, honestly, just really make sure you're snapping that wrist. And then when you put your arm, you want it to end right where you're throwing at, and you'll do well.
So like untie your shoes or something?
Yeah, maybe a little untie the shoes.
All right, I'll try.
You'll get it.
The rules of this challenge will be simple. Myself and the pro will each have 4 attempts to make a completed pass across the gym to a person that can only pivot their feet. Whoever gets more completed passes will be the winner.
Well, everybody, I had a super fun time learning and playing Ultimate Frisbee, but unfortunately, I was not able to get the job done today, and that does make me 0-1. We will see what I can do next time, and for Conestoga Connected, I'm Ethan Horst.
Well, Ethan, unfortunately, it looks like that is all the time we have for today.
That went so fast.
But don't worry, stay where you are because it's time for our other hosts, Rebecca and Peyton, to take over. Let's make like a tree and get out of here.
See you next time.
we go to a movie theater in Uptown Waterloo to discover why we should go local.
So I would say what makes us stand out is the fact that we're a scruffy little independent.
We also find out why one student chose a program over another.
I was really torn between this program and the TV broadcasting program.
After that, we travel to a small business cafe that has much more than food to offer. All that and more on this week's episode of Conestoga Connected. Welcome back to Conestoga Connected. I'm your host, Rebecca Idzinga.
And I'm Peyton Day Fraser. We've got a fantastic variety of stories to share with you today.
A lot of movies came out this past summer, and if you know where to look, the ordinary can surprise you. That's exactly the experience on this episode of Local Matters. Rachel and Bonnie shows us why.
Big chains have the boss, but do small businesses have the magic? Let's find out. On a street not far from the busy downtown, you'll find an old school movie theater. It's easy to walk past, but once you go inside, you never forget it. This is the Princess Cinema, locally owned, proudly independent, and part of the community since 1985. It's a place where film feels personal.
So I would say what makes us stand out is the fact that we're a scruffy little independent.
And also we have creative programming that we're constantly polishing and rehandling and looking at and returning titles over constantly every week. Is this a princess title? Is it a big princess title? Is it a small? Is it? And I think that's what makes us unique. And it's the #1 best place to take a date.
John Tots, the owner, says audiences have enjoyed the best hits at the cinema over the years. More than 40 years later, people still come here for something they wouldn't get at a big franchise. Every film on the screen is picked by someone who cares.
A lot of my programming is based off of just what I think would connect with our audience. And there's a lot of independent distributors out there in Canada, a lot of Canadian stories that don't get to, play at the Cineplexes and the Landmarks. So I'm really in tune to what our community likes to watch. And then, of course, selecting films that I think they might not go to themselves, but they trust our programming, so they get to check out a lot of interesting movies that maybe they wouldn't have the chance to otherwise.
At a place like this, the staff wear a lot of hats.
We operate physical spaces. That soft part of the business is booking and getting the movies, but then there's the physical facility. Keeping it maintained, keeping the washrooms maintained, keeping the seats maintained, keeping the projectors upgraded with all the latest tech doodads and the snack bar, and the roof fixed, and then all that. So that's all the behind scenes.
But it's all worth it because Princess Cinema isn't just showing movies, it's making memories. It's a piece of the neighborhood, a place that reminds us why small matters.
Well, it turns out standing out isn't about size. It's about story, warmth, and a pack of good popcorn.
Hey Peyton, when you were looking for a program, were you overwhelmed?
So overwhelmed. I was deciding between the broadcasting program and the radio one, but they're so different.
I agree. I actually learned a lot from a couple of chats I had this week. Check it out. Hello and welcome. Today we're going to go explore the broadcasting radio program. So what made you interested in the radio industry?
Out of high school. Back in the olden days when I was in high school and we still had grade 13, we had to do these, literally you would take a pencil to a survey and it would kind of give you some ideas of what maybe programs or careers you might be suited in. Public relations came up for me, and also journalism. I applied for a public relations program, got in at Humber, but within the first month I knew that I wanted to be down the hall in the journalism program, and they let me switch. And I haven't looked back.
Now I'm here with Teddy Gallagher, who is a first-year student in the broadcasting and radio program. Now, Teddy, what made you decide on this program?
I was really torn between this program and the TV broadcasting program. And so it really came down to me just staring at the specific courses each one listed and being like, who will teach me more? And for my specific interests, radio was just ever so slightly more what I was craving.
So the skills we're teaching can make you land in so many other different work environments now, but still a really exciting time to be behind a mic.
Oh yeah, because I know that I've been in a couple of different programs before this one. But like, yeah, all of the skills that I've learned have definitely helped me be more like open to being on camera like this.
I always tell my students, my job is to help you get a job.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get you in and get a great internship. Once you win that internship, that's where you can really land and grow.
Are you enjoying it?
I really am. It's a lot of new stuff, but it's very fun. There's two areas where I'm learning the most, and one is in terms of diction and articulation in the announcing lab, because I know I have an Ontario slur, I know it. And then the social media and digital marketing, because social media stresses me out. So I really like learning how to engage with it in that more, that more professional way, that distant professional way.
I'm really happy to still be here at the college and just see light bulbs go off and people get jobs. You know, it's really rewarding, and I still feel very connected to my industry and still an exciting place to be, and we need the truth tellers more than ever.
Yes, definitely.
I wonder what we'll learn next time. Bye.
In the heart of Elmira, there's a cafe bringing people together through food, coffee, and books. Shubham Hingu is there right now to give us a closer look.
The heart of Elmira is home to many activities, and today we found something special.
Hello and hi. Welcome to our fresh episode. Today, myself, I'm here at Elmira. Want to do something new? Let's check out Markets Cafe right here.
Since opening in November 2024, the Market Cafe has been home to many gatherings centered around coffee, food, and pastries. Let's give it a try.
One of the stuff we are trying here is stuffed ciabatta bread. Trust me, it's really something.
Corny as it may seem, I'm not the only one who feels this way.
One of the special things I think about this place is that they actually do their pastries very well. Like it's not like you're going to the grocery store and getting something that's, just like kind of flat and doesn't have a lot of texture. Like, I don't know where they studied, but they're pastry chefs, so.
Don't worry, the cafe isn't the only place to get these pastries.
So we are participating at the Elmira Farmers Market, which is a great place to meet people. And so we bring lots of baked goods and packaged, and then coffee, some drinks. So like if it is summer, it'll be some iced cold drinks, and now it'll be mostly like a hot drinks.
Also, if you're looking to hang out with friends or family, the cafe is always welcoming.
Oh, yeah, we love it here. I generally come with my kids, and sometimes I'll bring my guests who come to town. It's just a really welcoming and friendly atmosphere.
We like to promote small gatherings, and we have held one men's church group once here. It was the last month, and then they're planning to come again, so that is great.
And if you are here on your own and looking for something to do, there are puzzles and a free public library that anyone can give or take from.
what a fun night here at Markets Cafe Elmira. We discovered so many things, right from enjoying different dishes, enjoying drinks, coffees, and don't forget, you can also get free books to read from here, and also you get it to your home. Lots of things to do. Even you can play puzzle games with your friends and family. That's all for today. Shubhamingu signing off for On the Map.
As college students, sometimes we have to get creative when it comes to saving money.
I know I sure have. I've sold some of my art just to save money, like Henry Stampson in this week's episode of Rental Madness.
What's with the delay this month, Stampson?
Relax, Ivana. I got your money right here.
2,800, 2,900, 3,000. Henry, this is enough for 2 months of rent. What happened this time?
Well, I'm more of a masterclass artist myself. As you can see, everything I own is in a museum.
If you're lying about this, I'm going to charge you next month anyway.
What?
Just kidding. So, how did you get the cash?
Well, it all started like this. When I saw someone sell a drawing for 500 grand on TV, and I knew I wanted to be an artist right then and there. I wanted to set up shop, but it was raining. I'm allergic to rainfall, you see. I advertised it on insert social media here.
This is excellent. This is true art. It belongs in a museum. I'll buy all of it, except for the one with the bad aura. Take the money.
Bad aura? How terrible was the drawing?
Table.
Okay, well, I'm off. You win this month, Henry. Well, 2 months.
All's well that ends well. Oh, who might that fine gentleman be at the door?
We at Viacom are not happy with you infringing on our copyright material. All right? I mean, you didn't even draw this. You just ripped it out of the show. Like, really? See you in court, buddy.
I don't know about you, Rebecca, but I definitely learned a lot this week, specifically about local businesses.
I did too. It makes me really want to check out that movie theater. I love movies.
Me too, me too. We should definitely go this week.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, that's all we have for this week. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Conestoga Connected.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Conestoga Connected.
There's so many things to see on there, like behind the scenes, as well as some special little clips.
That's all for today. See ya.
See ya.